Ever opened a product page for a sleek espresso machine, imagined the perfect latte art you'll be whipping up, and then found the actual coffee tasting more like burnt water? I've been there. My kitchen counter turned into a mini disappointment zone because the machine I chose looked amazing online but fell apart the first time I tried to steam milk. That hesitation you feel when you're about to click add to cart isn't just nerves. It's the real risk of spending money on a gadget that promises CAF quality and delivers a lukewarm mess. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So let's break down the XRHDTQVVIG automatic espresso and cappuccino maker and see whether it lives up to the glossy pictures or if it's another pretty but pointless addition to the countertop. I spent a full week setting it up, pulling shots, frothing milk for a friend's morning routine, and testing the safety features because I wanted to know exactly what you'd get before you commit. First off, the unboxing feels intentionally low-key. The machine comes in a compact box that fits nicely in a standard kitchen cabinet, and you're greeted with the unit, a single water reservoir, a drip tray, and a detachable milk frothing wand. The compact, temperature-visible claim is literal. You can actually see the water level through a small window, and a tiny LED gauge tells you when the boiler is heating up. That transparency is handy if you're juggling a busy morning and need to know whether the machine is ready without staring at a blinking light for 5 minutes. Setting it up is straightforward. Fill the reservoir, attach the frothing wand, plug it in, and press the power button. The machine powers up with a soft hum and the temperature indicator lights up, letting you know the heating cycle has begun. Within 3 to 4 minutes, it reaches brewing temperature. The built-in overheat protection kicks in if the boiler gets too hot, automatically shutting down the heating element and flashing a warning. In my tests, the protection engaged only when I deliberately left the machine idle with the boiler on for an extended period, which is a nice safety net for people who might forget to turn it off after the last cup. Now, the real test is daily usability. I used the XRHDTQVVIG for 3 distinct scenarios: a quick single espresso for a solo work-from-home day, a double shot for a friend who prefers a stronger brew, and a full cappuccino with milk froth for a weekend brunch. For the espresso, the Be Your Own Expert button lets you choose a preset shot size, but you can also manually adjust the volume by holding the button longer. The coffee that came out was decent clean, not overly bitter, and the crema held up for about 10 seconds, which is respectable for a machine in this price range. It doesn't match a high-end barista machine, but it's far from the watery disappointment you sometimes get from drip coffee makers that claim espresso quality. Frothing milk is where the machine tries to set itself apart. The wand spins fast enough to create a microfoam that's silky enough for latte art, but you need to keep the pitcher moving to avoid large bubbles. I found that a 150 ml stainless steel pitcher worked best. Anything larger left the milk unevenly heated. The froth held its texture for a minute or two, which is sufficient if you're serving a cappuccino right after steaming. The Milk Froth World label isn't just marketing fluff, it actually produces a foam that rivals many entry-level standalone frothers. One hidden trade-off is the water reservoir size. At roughly 1.2 liters, it's fine for 2 to 3 drinks before you need to refill, but if you're entertaining a larger group, you'll be making trips to the sink. The machine's footprint is narrow enough to sit on a small countertop, yet the drip tray is shallow, meaning you have to empty it fairly often if you're making multiple drinks in a row. That's a small inconvenience, but it's worth noting if you plan to use it as a primary coffee source rather than an occasional treat. Another practical consideration is cleaning. The removable brew group is easy to rinse, and the frothing wand detaches for quick washing. However, the internal boiler does not have a self-clean cycle, so you'll need to decale it manually every few months if you have hard water. The manufacturer includes a descaling solution recommendation, but you'll have to purchase it separately. Skipping regular descaling can lead to mineral buildup, which, in my experience, subtly changes the taste over time and may trigger the overheat protection more frequently. Who should buy this machine? If you're a coffee enthusiast who enjoys the ritual of pulling a shot and frothing milk at home but don't want to invest in a bulky, pricey commercial-grade unit, the XRHDTQVVIG hits a sweet spot. It's especially suited for small apartments, dorm rooms, or anyone who values a compact footprint without sacrificing the ability to make a latte or cappuccino on demand. The temperature-visible window and overheat protection give peace of mind for beginners.